All right, what's happening, y'all? This is Dante Velvet of Middle School University. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So check this out, y'all. As we get into this, man, we're gonna do a real quick recap of what we went through on the last cipher. So on the last cipher, I told y'all to get your shovels out. You guys start digging, not out there on Google, not outside influences, but within. All right, what's hip about me? What's hip about me? You know, that was your assignment, and you had to pull out from the internal as far as what's hip about you as a person. Then you had to pull out what's hip about you as far as the external, what you like to wear or how you do your hair, or if you got freckles or whatever the case is, right? And then you also have to talk about your gifts and your talents and your abilities, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what's also hip about you. So on this session, we're still going to do some digging on the inside, all right? We're going to dig on the inside. It's kind of like Jesus said on this one here. It's like, who do men say that I am? And then he said, well, who do you say that I am? And then he told Peter, hey, blessed are you because flesh and blood did not reveal this to you, but my Father which is in heaven. So what that indicates is that he already knew who he was. And then it was good somebody else who was close to him was able to recognize. Well, in this regard, you are going to identify a few things about what you think others are saying about you. But in this regard, also, it's about what you got to say too, all right? So we're gonna dig into that. Let me get straight to this lesson, all right? So here's the lesson. Let me pull this out for you. We're going to talk about how do you think your teachers or your parents view you as a hip hop teenager? How do they view you? What do you think how do they see you? Your behaviors? Do they think of you as positive, or do they think of you in a negative light? Also, I want to hear from you about how do you think movies or television or social media presents young people your age? All right. So here it is, two-sided right there. What do you think your parents or teachers, facilitators, how do you think they view you? But then also, how does social media, television, movies, how do they present you, people your age? All right. So this is something you're going to have to dig into, because now you're going to have to find out, what do they say about me, okay, without it shaking your confidence, without it shaking your self-esteem. Remember, you have to hold dear to the value of who you are. That's why the first part of this cipher was all about what's hip about me, so that you don't lose sight of who you are, what's hip about you, just because of what somebody else has to say. Okay, for me, just share a little bit about myself. I always dealt with what everyone else had to say. I always found it valuable what they had to say, but I didn't really get to speak to myself. And I'm not talking about it in a weird sort of way, like, you talking to yourself, but I mean really getting to speak to yourself, or be able to identify things about yourself that you would not have noticed otherwise about you. And that's what the first part of this session was about what's hip about me. Well, I want you to hold tight to that. Hold tight to who you are and your value as you begin to explore what do you think other people have to say about you, the people that are close to you, as well as how do other people present you to your age group. How does television show teenagers your age to the masses, right? Okay, so it's going to be fresh though. It's going to be fresh, all right? So here's a question. So do you think that, well, no, I don't even want to put it in a question form. Here are a couple of common myths about teenagers your age, okay? One says that teenagers are vain, meaning you just arrogant, it's nothing. But here's the fact about teenagers is that adolescence is a time of physical, emotional, and cognitive growth unmatched in their life cycle, with the possible exception of infancy. What appears to be vanity is often an attempt to understand one's rapid development. So what does that mean? That means that you're not vain. It doesn't mean you're arrogant. You're learning yourself. You're at an age where you're just learning things about you that you didn't even know before. It's kind of like a baby. A baby learns things by tasting it, feeling, touching, right? And then it begins to grow and learn everything by sight and by sound. And then it begins to grow and learn everything by smelling. So it begins to activate all the other senses. And in this regard, for you at your age, at this stage in the game, look, you're just learning things about yourself that you didn't know. Your likes, your dislikes, what you value, what you don't value, where you like to be, who you don't want to be around, who you like to be around, what kind of people, what kind of personalities most motivate you, what kind of personalities hinder you from being your best self. You're learning these things about yourself. Okay, so it's not that you're vain because you don't respond or you just, like, oh, you too stuck on yourself. It's not even about that. It's just, you're just learning. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to hold tight to that. Now, some people are vain. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying you're not. All right? All right, teenagers are lazy and irresponsible. That's another myth. Now, I'm not going to give you too many more, all right? But the fact is, young people have an enormous desire to be useful and to be needed. Every single one of you have a huge desire to be useful and to be needed, to feel important and to feel valued. And that's the reality. You are valued, okay? So I'm not going to hold y'all, but I want to make sure I give you an assignment. Y'all know me, and y'all know my motto. Get your shovels. It's time to go to work. So now with this assignment, it's going to be pretty fun. You get to share with me 4 lines, 4 bars, all right? Yes, you're going to rap. All right, so I want you, don't say I can't rap, I don't know how to rap. You're gonna try, you're gonna give it your best shot, all right? You're gonna be the MC for the day, all right? So you're gonna type up 4 bars in that comment section. 4 bars, they gotta rhyme, all right? And you're gonna type, but they gotta be in sentence form too, but they gotta rhyme, all right? You're gonna type up 4 bars, and what you're gonna do is tell me what it's like to be a hip hop teenager. Basically, what is it like to be you? Someone who's influenced by the hip hop culture and hip hop style. All right, so that's going to be your assignment. I want you to get to it immediately. I'll give you an example. My mama told me, I'll spit 4 bars, I'll go ahead. Yeah. My mama told me kick it when Velvet was just a youngster. I spit a couple rhymes and music became my comfort. Remember Daddy Kane, Fresh Prince, Queen Latifah, and Light. Run DMC, Heavy D, man, I miss them nights. When LL dropped radio, you remember the jam. Every black kid had a boom box in his hand, yeah. See, that was hip hop music, and I could rock to that music because it was popping. That music sharpened my craft. So there you go, see right there? I just shared with y'all, that was 6 bars, more like it, but it was to share with y'all a little bit about me, all right? What is it like to be me, or what was it like to be me? All right, now it's your turn. You get to do 4 bars. If you feel, motivated and you just can't stop rhyming and you just, woo, I just gotta keep writing, go ahead. Give me 6 bars, give me 8 bars, all good, man. But minimal 4 bars. What is it like to be you? A hip hop teenager or a teenager who's influenced by hip hop music and culture. All right, so once again, y'all know my motto. There's your assignment. Boom, get your shovels out. It's time to go to work, all right? So make sure you like, click, and, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video with all your friends and all your family. I'm Dante Velvet, this is Middle School University. I love y'all, let's get it in. And remember, since you're at home, you might as well do your homework.